Still holding the other Lacey's hand with one hand and holding up the sagging towel diaper with the other, Lacey followed other Lacey through the door. They emerged in the middle of a small clearing surrounded by trees. Looking back, Lacey saw a small shed. Other Lacey was saying something, but Lacey was still mesmerized by the surroundings. She bent down and picked one of the flowers next to her bare foot. It's incredible. This even smells real. Lacey breathed deeply, smelling grass and wildflowers. It is real, other Lacey said. Now come along. There's somebody I want you to meet. Like this. Lacey suddenly became aware of what she was wearing. Oh, nobody will mind. No worries, remember? Other Lacey took Lacey's hand and pulled her along into the forest. When they came out of the forest, they were at the top of a small hill. Below them was a large house, a pond, and a large garden with big trees. We just missed lunch, but there should be some food left. When they came closer, Lacey realized that everything about the house was a little scaled up. The windows were just a foot higher up than usual, the door was bigger, the steps up the porch was just a little too high to easily walk up. It all gave her the distinct feeling of being smaller than usual. Other Lacey opened the door and walked in, pulling a acutely self-conscious Lacey along. Inside was a kitchen with the same oversized tables and chairs. There was a giant of a woman putting plates and glasses in the sink. She must have been almost 7 feet tall and looked like she was in her early 50s. She had that air about her that grandmothers do, even though she was a little young for it. Hey Mom, look who finally came to join us, other Lacey said. She turned to Lacey and whispered, her real name's Ella, but she likes it when we call her Mom. Lacey. Ella exclaimed and came over to give Lacey a hug. We've been waiting for so long. Let me have a look at you. Lacey unsuccessfully tried to cover up her bare chest and the diapers. No, that simply won't do. Come with me, dear. Ella took Lacey's hand and led her out of the kitchen and down the hall to a bathroom. You hop up here, she said and patted what looked like a piece of the kitchen counter. Lacey realized that it was a giant changing table and just stood there in front of it, dumbstruck. Oh come on now. You're a bit too big for me to lift you. Lacey looked around and saw a stool next to the changing table. She used it to clamber up onto the table and sat there with her feet dangling over the edge. Lie back dear, Ella said as she grabbed Lacey's legs and slid her further back. Lacey lay back on the smooth, warm surface. Are you still dry? She asked and unceremoniously slipped a couple of fingers inside Lacey's diaper. Lacey jumped. Hey, she blurted out. Of course I am. Ella pulled the granny panties and towel diaper off Lacey in one quick yank, leaving her naked and desperately trying to cover up. Oh come now. It's nothing I haven't seen 100 times before, she said. Now lift your butt. Without thinking Lacey did as she was told and Ella slid a diaper under butt. She quickly pulled it up between her legs and taped the whole thing in place. The whole operation took only seconds. She helped Lacey sit up and Lacey looked down at the teddy bear print. This is so weird. She reached down to touch it, somehow doubting that any of this was real. The plastic backing rustled softly when she did. Now, let's see if this doesn't fit you. Ella held up a light blue summer dress. She slipped it over Lacey's head and helped her with the sleeves before helping her down from the changing table. Now you go outside and play with the others.